For much of medical history, the mind and body were treated as separate systems. Modern psychology and health science challenge that division. Research consistently demonstrates that psychological stress has measurable effects on physical health, influencing vulnerability to illness, disease progression, and recovery. Stress affects the body through a network of physiological systems. When a stressor is perceived, the body activates the sympathetic nervous system and releases stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. These changes prepare the body for immediate action by increasing heart rate, blood pressure, and energy availability. In the short term, this response is adaptive and protective. Problems arise when stress becomes chronic. Prolonged activation of stress pathways places strain on bodily systems that were not designed for constant activation. Over time, this strain disrupts normal functioning and increases disease risk. One of the most well-documented effects of chronic stress is suppression of the immune system. Elevated stress hormones reduce immune efficiency, making individuals more susceptible to infections and slowing wound healing. Stress is also strongly linked to cardiovascular disease. Chronic stress contributes to hypertension, inflammation, and unhealthy coping behaviors such as smoking, poor diet, and physical inactivity. These factors interact, compounding risk rather than operating independently. Mental health outcomes are equally significant. Chronic stress is associated with anxiety disorders, depression, sleep disturbances, and burnout. Importantly, psychological distress can intensify physical symptoms, creating a feedback loop in which illness increases stress, which in turn worsens illness. Health psychology emphasizes that stress does not cause disease in a simple, linear way. Instead, stress interacts with genetic vulnerability, environmental exposure, and lifestyle factors. Two individuals exposed to similar stressors may experience very different health outcomes depending on social support, coping strategies, and access to resources. Social determinants of health play a critical role in this process. Individuals exposed to ongoing stressors such as poverty, discrimination, unsafe living conditions, or chronic caregiving responsibilities face elevated health risks not because of personal weakness, but because their bodies are subjected to sustained physiological strain. Understanding the relationship between stress and illness reframes health as a biopsychosocial process. Effective healthcare and prevention efforts must therefore address not only symptoms, but also the psychological and social contexts in which illness occurs.